James Harden for Darius Garland isn't just another trade. It's the Cavs wanting to win now. It's also the city of Cleveland enjoying a boost in profits for their strip clubs thanks to James Harden.
James Harden has given the Cavaliers the lead.
It's the kind of move that forces you to ask a bigger question. Did Cleveland just speed up its timeline toward a title? Or did it sacrifice the foundation it spent years building? Because this isn't just a swap of guards. It's a team deciding that the future can wait and that the present window matters more. And like most all-in moves, it's high risk with high reward. Why Garland mattered before anything else? You have to understand what Garland represented. He wasn't just a young all-star putting up numbers. He was the symbol of Cleveland's rebuild, a homegrown player drafted in 2019 who grew alongside the franchise's identity. For years, the idea was simple: develop internally, build around youth, and let continuity carry the team forward. Garland fit perfectly into that vision. His playmaking helped unlock a front court built around Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, and his presence gave the Cavs something every rebuilding team hopes for: stability. He was a fantastic point guard. Yes, he didn't look the same since his toe injury, but at his best, he was electric. Him and Donovan were a great duo, especially in the regular season. But after back-to-back disappointing seasons, it was time for the original blueprint to change. The Mitchell factor. When you have a player like Donovan Mitchell, you have to build around him. Mitchell's gravity changes everything. He's a high-usage scorer who demands the ball and reshapes defenses every possession. But pairing him with Garland created a dilemma Cleveland couldn't ignore. Two smaller guards sharing heavy offensive responsibilities. In the regular season, the fit looked fine. Spacing worked, scoring flowed, but playoff basketball exposes things differently. Matchups get targeted, defensive weaknesses get hunted, and suddenly the question became unavoidable. Could a Mitchell-Garland backcourt survive against elite postseason lineups? The answer to that question was a resounding no, and the Cavs had years of games to confirm that answer. Urgency and timing. Front offices operate against the clock. Mitchell is in his prime now. Mobley and Allen are ready to win now. Garland's development had halted and he was no longer a player who able to impact winning at the highest level. Add in his availability concerns, and he just wasn't the same guy he was before. If the organization believed its best shot at a title sat within Mitchell's window, then patience stopped being the safe option. That's the real context behind the trade. Why Harden appealed. James Harden's reputation is complicated, but his production is still elite. Even into his mid-30s, he remains one of the league's smartest offensive engines. Someone who can slow the game down, read defenses, and generate efficient possessions when everything else breaks down. For Cleveland, that skill set was needed. Garland offered long-term upside. Harden offered immediate stability, a veteran presence who can stabilize stretches where the offense stalls. Availability played a role too. Harden has been durable in recent seasons, and that consistency carries weight for a team trying to maximize a narrow competitive window. Matchup dynamics. The physical difference between Garland and Harden might be the most biggest change. Harden's size doesn't suddenly make Cleveland elite defensively, but it reduces the number of obvious mismatches opponents can exploit. In playoff series, that matters more than almost anything else. Teams previously targeted the smaller guard relentlessly. Harden's frame changes that calculus just enough to make defensive schemes more flexible. Harden is by no means a good defender either, but he is less likely to be exposed than Garland pick and roll synergy. If there's one basketball reason this trade makes immediate sense, it's pick and roll. Harden has spent a decade mastering that, and Cleveland's bigs are ideal partners. Allen's rim pressure and Mobley's versatility give Harden options that fit his strengths perfectly. Harden has made some bummy centers look good in the past. Imagine what he can do with two actual good bigs. Early possessions have already shown how deadly these pick and rolls can be. When they try to trap Harden, it leads to lobs, defenders collapsing into the paint, kickouts opening up perimeter looks. For a team that sometimes struggled when guard creation slowed, this adds a new layer to their offense, how it helps Mitchell. The ripple effect on Donovan Mitchell might be the biggest upside. With Garland, defenses could load up aggressively because they weren't afraid of the secondary matchup. Harden changes that balance. He forces opponents to respect the second side of the floor, which creates cleaner driving lanes and more efficient looks for Mitchell. That's what Garland used to do when the Cavs were at their best. The 1-2 combo punch from the guards used to destroy teams. They are hoping that Harden helps the offense the same way. He doesn't replace Mitchell as the closer, but he reduces the burden on him. And over a 7-game series, that relief can be the difference between winning and losing style. And coaching fit Kenny Atkinson's system leans toward motion, spacing, and shared creation, not the isolation-heavy style Harden once dominated. That means both Harden and Atkinson will have to adapt to each other. Harden has to embrace movement and secondary creation. Cleveland has to integrate actions that allow him to operate comfortably without abandoning its identity. These things take time and patience. 3 things that the Cavs don't have a lot of since the expectations for them are so high. The risks, Harden's postseason reputation still lingers. Like, I get the Cavs want to stop being a team that is only good for the regular season, but Harden is not the best player to elevate a team's postseason performances. When a team goes all in, patience shrinks. Every loss feels like the world is shrinking. Every poor decision on the court gets extra scrutiny, and that pressure can either help the Cavs cross the line or it's time to start all over again. What has to go right? The formula for success is clear. Harden and Mitchell need to find a rhythm that blends their strengths instead of competing for space. Allen and Mobley have to capitalize on the opportunities created by Harden's reads, and the coaching staff must balance the offense to get everyone a touch on the ball, but to create isolation opportunities for Harden and Mitchell to shine. If that happens, Cleveland's offense becomes deeper and more flexible, a team capable of winning the East. What could break it? If injuries hit, if the different styles don't mesh, or if old postseason concerns resurface, the Cavs will once again be sent to Cancun. That's the nature of decisions like this. They don't get judged in March, they get judged in May. The bigger meaning ultimately, this trade says more about Cleveland's mindset than about either player individually. It's a declaration that the window is open now, that the franchise is willing to trade a piece of its future for a chance at something immediate. They see how open the East is, how there isn't one dominant team, and they are using this as an opportunity to take over. The early flashes are encouraging. The fit looks promising in stretches, but the real verdict will come when the playoffs arrive, when every possession slows down and every mismatch gets exposed. Until then, this move sits in that uncomfortable middle space. It's exciting on paper and in the regular season, but will it be enough for the Cavs to finally make it back to an NBA final without LeBron?